He said, "The time is 2:37. You're under arrest for an offence against the Public Order Act, Section 4A. The arrest came as quite a surprise. If we aren't allowed to continue being out here, showing the public what MPs have voted for, who will hold MPs to account?" Hi there, sorry, have you got a minute to have a chat? So I was out the day with my team from the Centre for Bioethical Reform, engaging in some public education on the streets of Cambridge. The reason we were out there on that day is because back in June of this year, MPs all across this country, including Daniel Gardner here in Cambridge, voted for DIY abortion up till birth. Hi there, sorry, do you have a minute to share your thoughts on abortion? Have a good day. There were about 14 of us there on the team. So this is where we held our display. We had our banners over here facing out towards the public. We had plenty of interactions with the public up and down this road, and this is the spot where I was arrested. There was one lady who came up and demanded that we show to her the evidence that we were allowed to be there and do what we were doing. She wasn't the only one. There was another lady who was also quite angry with us for what we were doing and threatened to call the police. Before we come out here and do displays like this, we always make sure to contact the police ahead of time so that they've got warning, they understand what we're doing and why it is that we're doing it. I've been leading this team here in Cambridgeshire for around about a year and a half now. The team has been fantastic to work with. They've always been really good at engaging with the public and making sure to do so in a calm and objective way. In fact, always when we come out on the street, some people are for and some people are against what we're doing. But this time, in fact, there were so many people who were in favour of what we were doing, who were saying, "Wow, I did not know that. I did not know that our MP voted for DIY abortion up till birth." So when this lady called the police, I thought, it doesn't particularly matter, we've warned the police ahead of time. So when the police came over, the conversation was really good to begin with. One of them said, "It's your right to be here." One of them said that it's because there was somebody who had complained about what we were doing, said that she had some problem with the images that we were showing, so would you please take the image down? I said we wouldn't be doing this because it is our right to be here. I also said at one point that it is not our intention to cause distress. When I said to one of the police officers that we would not be taking the image down, he went across the road saying that he would call it into the police station effectively and decide what to do after that. We have materials that we bring to the display that contain documented evidence of both our rights, according to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and also of rights in law, because there is a case that was won in court many years ago that demonstrates that we have a right to do what we were doing. I was then searched over the course of 15 minutes. The materials that we had as part of our display were taken, and I was taken away and put in a police van. I was not expecting that that interaction with the police would go the way that it had. In fact, at that time, there was somebody, a member of the public, who approached and said, is this man being arrested? And said to me, "Don't be discouraged by what you're doing what's right, don't be discouraged." I was walked up the road by the police officer towards where I was told a van would pick me up. I noticed that there was somebody that I know who was just standing nearby. I decided to not draw attention to myself particularly, but that was slightly embarrassing to see that there's somebody that I knew just waiting there on the corner, more or less. I was then taken inside. Any remaining belongings I had were confiscated. My fingerprints were taken, my photograph was taken, a DNA sample was taken. All in all, I was in police custody for about 6 hours. So while I was in police custody, I was interviewed. I was asked a number of questions by the police, which were things like, were you involved in leading this display? Are you the team leader? Were you showing these images? Were you aware that these images were causing alarm and distress? The offence that I had been accused of was Section 4A of the Public Order Act, showing images with intent to cause harassment, alarm or distress. CBR were able to contact a lawyer who was able to provide some support. If people are not able to show the public what is happening in Parliament, what MPs are choosing, what MPs are voting for, then that is a problem for everyone. As well as that, if we're not able to exercise our rights to free speech in public, then where do we have a right to exercise free speech? The work we're doing as CBR UK is really important because we need to show the public the humanity of the unborn child and the inhumanity of abortion, especially on this occasion, the inhumanity of abortion late term, which is what MPs have voted for.